I would love to be getting grades 8s and 9s.
I'm just stressed out with GCSEs.
GCSE marking, I could come home and tell my granddad I got a 2 and he'd be like, oh my gosh, that means that's an A. I'd be like, yeah.
1 mark away from an A.
It's ridiculous, like it makes me really angry.
How important are GCSEs now? Literally nobody cares about my GCSEs anymore. It's been the odd uni, like when I've gone for like quite a high ranked uni, they want me to have like a 7 in maths.
I don't understand what's the point of them, and I don't understand why like the schools make them so important when they really aren't going to help you that much. Of course they're important for like jobs, but they're really just a stepping stone to the next part of like your education.
We've sort of got to grip with the new marking scheme at our school.
Creek Rebel Forward. 1.
They're important, but I do think there's a lot more stress on them than there should be.
Employers in the future, yeah, they'll have your GCSEs, but the main thing they'll look at is your A-levels. They've got all the more up-to-date information. Whereas if you're someone who hasn't done A-levels, maybe when you go for employment, that's what they look at. For that reason, GCSEs would be important.
We shouldn't really grade people based on paper on a test, because they just may be like anxious and worried about writing on paper in like the assessment environment.
You didn't pass one thing. You didn't pass one thing.
If you don't get the grades you want, then it's not the end of the world, and I think that some people are still confused with the 9-to-1 grading system.
The 9-to-1 system, like, it's just, I think it's ridiculous. Like, it makes me really angry.
GCSE marking, I could come home and tell my granddad I got a 2 and he'd be like, oh my gosh, that means that's an A. I'd be like, yeah.
They're important to getting you to the sixth form you want to, but it's not as strict if you miss a couple of grades, I feel like, in GCSEs anyway.
The 1 to 10 marks I'm not confused about. I'd rather have the A, B, C and D, etc. because it's just a lot more simple, and I just liked the look of letters instead of numbers.
I feel like teachers are always referring it back to the old marking system by putting like a comparison chart up.
GCSEs are absolutely important. They're a gateway to A-level, which are a gateway to university, apprenticeships, any kind of further education.
I'm not gonna lie, I did learn a lot of stuff, even though like I whined and moaned about a lot of things.
I picked my GCSEs last term and they haven't really spoke much about it since. They've told us what, like, if we got our option. I'm gonna be excited for my GCSEs, but I'm also like really nervous because I'm still like struggling in things at the moment and it's only like year 8.
GCSEs are definitely probably one of the more important qualifications you get nowadays. People don't take AS exams anymore, so a lot of university places are allocated based on GCSE results.
Spanish, like, I'm never going to do these subjects again. I don't need to spend my whole time, like all my focus time on that and getting worked up because I'm not getting like the top grades.
I needed A's, but I got A's in departments that I don't care about. Like, I don't want to do English, I don't want to do RE, and I got A's in those. I needed an A in science, but I was 1 mark away from an A, and they couldn't discover this grade anyway.
They are obviously heavily influenced by your teachers in the sense that they will imprint on you that they're so important, but when you get to A-levels you realise that they're not as much. But of course, when you're applying to jobs, GCSEs are there, A-levels are there, but of course just do good in all exams you can. That's all I'm saying.
I do understand the grading now. I think they introduced it to us in year 9 or 10. I was really confused.
Someone who got an 8 and someone who got a 9, they probably had the same amount of like work they put in, but because the examiner thought they put that little extra, they got the 9. That's what it was like explained to us when we were doing our GCSE. So I'm not too sure about the level 9, but I also read an article how some jobs, some universities are being kind of cautious about it.
But now I'm used to, you know, the grade 1 to 9. I do get it, but yeah, I'm just stressed out with GCSEs.